happened to someone else's bowls before. It's very sad. They kicked it on accident and it just shattered, and then they just go, we'll deal with that later. Yeah, they're expensive. Oh, okay. All right, friends. Deep power today, which is my personal fave. So we'll move slow, but it will still be power. It's challenging. Yeah, and as we take time to be in the poses rather than just like tuning out, going somewhere else, take the time to be in your body and to feel around and to see if you can maybe find something new. Do you guys have any particular poses you want to work on? Anything in particular that you're like, never do this pose. I wish we did this pose. No pressure. Just. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We can absolutely do that. And maybe I'm thinking if you want just a quick demo before we start, so you kind of know. I'll just tell you a few little kind of pointers that you can think about, and then we'll work on them during class. So the things, and this is always a good review, I think, for everybody, things to think about in your chaturanga: your shoulders, your core. The thing that can be really harmful when we do chaturangas over and over and over again is shoulder stuff. When you roll your shoulders forward and you lower down with your shoulders rolled forward, such as this, it's a bone on bone action. And that's, people get bone spurs in their shoulders all the time after years of doing chaturanga like this, and they have no idea. So what we want to happen with our shoulders, we want them back and down. And this is the action that we want. So not this, but just this. So a lot of teachers you will hear, so not this zoomies with your shoulder forward, but this with your shoulder back. So it's prancing, people. So you'll hear a lot of teachers say, squeeze your elbows towards your ribs when you lower down. I never cue that, and I don't even encourage that personally. There's no reason for it except that it's traditional, passed down from Ashtanga yoga. So for me, when I lower, I keep my elbows about 30 degrees away from my ribs, and that makes it a lot easier to keep my shoulders back. Once you squeeze your elbows in, that is like kind of what naturally wants to happen is your shoulders want to go forward. It's a lot harder to keep them back and down. So if you just bring your elbows out a little, all of a sudden you have space to keep your shoulders back and down. The other thing is belly, core. So obviously not letting your belly do this. That's like letting go completely. So this roll down thing, if that's what happens to you when you lower, then do come to your knees. You're going to get more out of it. When you lower, you want it to be one strong straight line. I encourage that rock forward so you can keep your elbows over your wrists rather than this with your elbows behind your wrists. We want to do this with our elbows right on top of our wrists. So whether you're on your knees or on your toes, shoulders back. So this is shoulders back, this is shoulders forward. I'll switch it. Ready? This is the difference. Not this, this. Strong belly. So I'm just drawing my belly button in and up, then lower down, like a strong straight line. So the only action that's really happening is this action. Okay, let's do yoga. I know you're probably sick of listening to me, but we'll work on it more in class. You're welcome. Okay, let's start in either a comfortable seat, or if you are laying down and you want to stay there, you feel good there, that's fine. And take a moment if you've got any little wiggles, any little stretches you want to kind of just play with before we start. Maybe get just a little bit of physical feedback. Notice how you feel this morning, how your physical body feels, how you woke up. And then settle into stillness in your own time. Close your eyes. Take these first couple moments to find a sense of grounding, to feel yourself in this space. Feel your body on the ground, your sit bones against the ground. Feel the steadiness of your breath, the rise and fall. the expansion and contraction. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. And take a moment, pause at the top in fullness. See if you can even take an extra little sip. Keep holding. And then open your mouth, let it go, sigh it out. Ah. Good, just like that again. Inhale, fill up. Take that moment, pause, feel this breath inside of you. See if there's any more air you can take in. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. Ah, so really feeling into your breath. Great big inhale. Hold, feel every part of your torso expand. So not just front, not just back, but sides as well, like in a 3D globe you expand. And when you're ready, open your mouth and just let it all go. Feel that letting go, that contraction, that hugging in, navel to spine at the bottom of your exhale. Start to bring in Ujjayi breath. So slow and steady. You're regulating your breath with the muscles in the back of your throat. So gently constrict the muscles in the back of your throat. The same way you would pinch a balloon to let the air out really slow. That's what you're doing with those muscles. You're slowing down your breath. You're regulating your breath. So big, spacious inhales that move all the way down into your low bellies. The lowest lobes of your lungs inflate. And then exhale all the way to emptiness every time. So you're not rushing your breath. Slow, intentional. So think of this as your Thursday morning seated meditation. You can stay here as long as you would like. Savor it as long as you want to. If you're ready to start moving, you can start in your seat if you want. Otherwise, forward to hands and knees, tabletop position. And from hands and knees, either cat-cows, hip circles, or really, you guys know the drill, anything goes. So intuitive movement, explorative movement, creative movement. And sometimes I even kind of challenge myself to move in ways that feel ugly or unnatural. So ways that I usually would never move, but feeling into, what would this feel like? Never done this before. Can I find a new part of my body? Can I find new space inside of me? So exploring with your awareness, with your breath, just for you. So not for anybody else. Just feeling into your own space. Feel free to keep your eyes closed if it's helpful. So just going inside more and more, using your felt senses more and more. Good job. And kind of take an inventory of your physical body and also your energetic body, your subtle body, and the emotions that are present for you this morning. Notice those as well. And then please don't feel rushed. Take your time. But whenever you're ready, we'll find our way back to our first downward facing dog. So you can start your own transition back in your own time, in your own way. Maybe you want to move through a vinyasa, practice a chaturanga to get back to your down dog. So anything goes. We'll see you back in down dog in your next few breaths. And once you're back in down dog, same thing, just keep exploring, keep feeling, keep using your awareness, using your breath. See if there's any more space or length you can create. Nice job, you guys. Big, spacious Ujjayi breath. All right, let's take one more big inhale into down dog. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, and however you want to get there, forward fold. So once you have arrived, hang out in your fold for a moment. And just notice, how do your legs feel? How does your back feel? Maybe a big bend in your knees is in order. So what does it feel like to bend your knees a lot? Maybe you want to take your feet out wider. See if you can lift your butt up, up, up. So almost like there's a rope attached to your belly button and it's lifting you up towards the sky. You're just a rag doll and you're dangling. So maybe you grab opposite elbows and really just sway, bob, bounce. See if you can find that connection to center. So with your weight slightly forward, if you focus on lifting your butt as high as you can, even if you've got a big bend in your knees, you're still going to work that length, that stretch in the backs of your legs. So find your own personal edge and then be with it, breathe into it. That's what yoga is all about. Next time you inhale, halfway lift position. So spine parallel to the ground, get all the rounding out of your back. And as you exhale, release. Nice, Christina. Do that one more time, halfway lift. So top of your head reaches forward, tops of your thighs press back. See if you can feel your sit bones broaden. It's like your butt gets bigger. Exhale, fold and bow. And then press into your feet, lead with your heart all the way to stand. So come through your halfway lift, reach up and stretch. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. All right, flowing with breath for a moment. Inhale, reach up, high mountain. Exhale, slow dive. So hinge at your hips, lead with your heart all the way down. Yes, you guys look so good. Halfway lift position as you inhale. So find the length and strength in your back body, back of your neck long. Exhale, fold, release. From the press of your feet, heart leads, take it all the way up, arms to the sky. Inhale, high mountain. Nice, Makai, and exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's add on just a bit. Inhale, reach up. From here, interlace your fingers and press your palms up. So flip your palms up to face the sky. Take one more big inhale and see if you can find a little more length. Get tall, get long. And then exhale over to the right with your hands. So press your palms to the right and see if you can press your hips to the left. Side body stretch. Take one more round. More weight in your left foot. End of your exhale, you're going to round your spine and curl forward. So chin to chest, belly button pulls back. And then maybe you kind of move your hips and your shoulders side to side. Stretch through each side of your back body, your back ribs. As you're ready, we're coming up to a side body stretch towards the left side of the room. So arms to the left, palms press left, hips move right. Once you're there, really pull your right shoulder back and down. Press through your palms. See if you can make your arms as long as possible. One more round. Inhale, center. So rise back up. And then exhale, release. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers here. Roll your shoulders back and down. You might even press your palms together, bend your elbows and squeeze your elbows towards each other. See if you can start to reach your hands back. And then maybe add just the slightest little back bend. Puff up through your chest. Lift your gaze. Press your hips gently forward. Hug in with your inner thighs. Take one more in-breath. Nice paw. Keep your clasp. Hinge at your hips. Exhale all the way down into your fold. So as you fold, as you hang out here with your fingers interlaced, Try to bring your weight slightly forward, so more in toes and balls of your feet, less in heels. Might be helpful to bend your knees. So focus on lifting your sit bones and then lift your knuckles. Yes, maybe you give your head a little shake. Yes, no. Nice work. One more big inhale. Hands to your low back, release your clasp, let your arms dangle, let them hang. Find your breath on your next inhalation, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, pause. Spread your fingers wide, push the ground away, and see if you can find that connection to your center. So draw your belly button in and up. If your knees are staying lifted, see if you can squeeze through the front of your thighs, through your quad muscles. Start to take just little baby rocks forward and back. As you rock, your position isn't changing, you're just transferring weight. Feel your shoulders plugged into their sockets. That's how you want them to stay. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, little rock forward, slow motion, lower all the way down. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly drop. Very nice. Find a back bend of your choice. So if you want a baby cobra, sphinx, full cobra, up dog, Spider-Man cobra, you do you. Yes, and then when you are ready, no hurry, we'll see you back in down dog. Love all the variations, you guys. All right, back in your down dog, reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. So feel into that strong, powerful inhalation that makes you feel lighter, that makes you feel more buoyant. And feel into your even stronger, slower exhalation that connects you back to your center, back to your intrinsic strength. Very nice poses. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. For now, keep your hips square. So inner thighs face each other. I don't care how high your leg goes. See if you can make it straight, strong, and powerful. Yes, very good. Push down through your fingertips and then press up with your right foot. See if you can feel a connection to your center. That invisible rope pulls up on your belly button. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose, curl in, round your spine, hollow out your belly. Stay here as you breathe in, push the ground away, lift to your back, tippy toes, and then softly step through low lunge. Take a moment on your own to just feel into your legs, to work your lunge in any way. So if you want to kind of open it into your front hip, bring your back knee down, straighten your front leg. Yeah. Just kind of noticing, what's going on in my legs today? What's going on in my ankles, my feet, my toes? And your next about 2 or 3 breaths, find your way up to your high crescent lunge. So as you set up your crescent lunge, your front knee is right on top of your ankle, right above. All of your toes are facing forward. As you rise up, see if you can feel the stability of your legs. So if your legs feel wobbly, connect to your center. Pull your front hip back, pull your back hip forward energetically. Inner thighs are hugging in and your belly button, it's drawing slightly in and up, slightly back towards your spine. So feel a sense of support in your low back. Take one more inhale, lift your heart, maybe lift your gaze. And then as you exhale, we'll twist, left arm forward, right arm back, bend your back knee to a hover. If you want to bring your back knee down to modified, totally fine. Make sure you're not leaning forward, but your weight is still centered. Your back leg feels just as strong as front leg. Imagine you're trying to pull your front hip back and then maybe gaze over your back fingertips, little balance challenge. Take one more round, see if you can twist further as you exhale. Now listen, unwind, but bring your right forearm across your low back, lift your left arm up. So you're facing forward, your shoulders are square, right forearm across your low back. You can keep that bend in your back knees, start to work a little back bend. Brace with your core, navel to spine connection. Lift your heart, reach back through your left fingertips. Take one more inhale, see if you can feel a stretch in the front of your left hip. Nice, trace, exhale, left hand to the ground. Stay in a twist just a little longer, right arm to the sky. Good, so opening through the right side of your heart. Breathe down into your belly. Notice if you're gazing towards the back of the room, take your gaze straight over to your right or even slightly forward. So encouraging a little more length in your spine. One last round. Really nice, everybody. End of your exhale, unwind. Nice, Christina. So bring your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Find a halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. And then with your fingertips on the ground, start to walk them back a little bit towards the back of your mat. Bend your left knee. You're still sticking your butt out. You still got your spine nice and long. Right hand stays down, left arm to the sky. So twisting in the opposite direction. Open through the left side of your heart. Reach through your left fingertips. Breathe. Maybe bend a little deeper into your left knee. Keep your right foot rooted strongly. One last round. Very nice. And then let it go. Wide-legged straddle, wide-legged forward fold. So straighten your back leg and just kind of take a moment. Maybe 4 or 5 breaths. Any way you want to be in your wide-legged fold or explore your fold. Slow, intentional breaths. You can keep pressing into the inner and outer edges of your feet. Try not to rock back into your heels, just like our regular forward fold. Focus on lifting your butt up, working the crown of your head towards the ground. Feel that connection to your center. Awesome, Chris. You guys look so good. 1 or 2 more breaths. Open mouth sides, always welcome. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And then we're gonna come back into a low lunge. So maybe you've got your hands on the ground, you can crawl them forward or however you wanna get there. If you're in a low lunge position, this is a big movement. Right foot roots down, rise all the way up into a standing staff pose. Arms reach up, left knee lifts. So find your balance here first. Then we're gonna move into a dancer. So left heel now towards your left butt cheek. Bring your left hand back, grab hold of the inner edge of your foot. Draw your inner knee towards your other inner knee. So you're hugging towards midline. This might be where you want to stay. Otherwise, start to hinge at your right hip. Little bend in your right knee like your shock absorbers. So hinge forward. As you hinge, kick foot into hand. Pull hand back into foot. Try to keep your shoulders square towards the front of the room. Maybe a little lift in your heart like a baby cobra. Yes, awesome. Good work. Take 1 or 2 more breaths. Hug in with your inner thighs. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Super, super slowly. See if you can come back into a standing staff. Release your left foot, left knee back in front of your body. Arms to the sky. If you want, you can extend your left leg forward. Try not to lean back. 1 more big inhale. Exhale, just set your left foot down. Dive down, forward fold. All right, listen. Forward fold, step your right toes behind your left heel like you're standing on a balance beam. Pull your right hip back and then walk your hands over to the left. Might be just a little bit, or you might take your hands all the way off the left side of your mat. You are more than welcome to use a block under your hands to bring the ground closer to you. Yes. Try not to strain through your neck. So rather than gazing forward, let your neck relax. Let your face be soft. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your right foot, your back foot. Breathe. Good, everybody. All right, end of your next exhale, go ahead and just come back to a regular forward fold. So walk your hands back to center, adjust your feet. Find a halfway lift position, realign, inhale. And then exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take a moment at the top of your push-up. You're more than welcome to come to your knees. Find your strength, spread your fingers, plug your shoulders in, draw your belly button in and up. And then as you are ready, just in your own time, move mindfully through your vinyasa. So going slow enough, you can feel your shoulders. You can stay connected to your center. Very nice, everyone. And then we'll see you back in down dog next couple of rounds. See, they're a little longer. All right. Ujjayi. Inhale your left leg to the sky. So for now, hips square, nice pull. Make your left leg long, strong, powerful. So press with your left foot, squeeze through the front of your left thigh. As you push down through your hands, press up and back with your, press up and back with your left foot. Find that connection to your center. Take one more great big inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose, curl in, round your spine, push the ground away, stay here, breathe in, lift through your waistline, round through your mid-back. Step forward ever so softly. Good, and then give yourself a moment to just work your legs however you want to on this side. So if you want to open through your front hip, you want to bring your back knee down, you want to straighten your front leg. Lots of ways to explore. In your next couple rounds, you don't have to rush into it. We'll meet in our high crescent. So crescent lunge, hips are completely square. All of your toes face directly forward. You want to feel as much strength in your back leg as you feel in your front leg. As much power in your back toes as you feel in your front foot. Pull your front hip back hip forward energetically. Feel your connection to your center. So you're not just sinking into your low back, but you feel that little bit of engagement through your lowest, deepest abdominals, your transverse. See if you can pop up your chest and maybe reach just a little bit higher, maybe gaze up. Beautiful, one more in-breath. Exhale, turbo twist towards the windows. Right arm forward, left arm back knee bends to a hover. If you want to modify, back knee can always come gently to the ground. Just keep hugging in with inner thighs. If your back knee is hovering, imagine you're trying to drag it forward. Make sure you're not reaching forward. Remember, there's just as much power in your back leg as there is in your front. If you want a balance challenge, see if you can gaze over your left fingertips behind you. One last breath. Exhale to twist, twist, twist. Nice Makai. Unwind through your upper body. Bring your left arm behind your low back. Right arm to the sky. And keep that bend in your back knee. See if you can work just a little back bend. So lift your heart, reach back. Maybe even feeling into a stretch in the front of your right hip. One more inhale. Exhale, nice crisp. Right hand comes down. Staying in a twist a little longer. Right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky. You can straighten your back leg, or if there's any other way you want to work this twist, feel free. Remember, you want to lengthen your spine, so rather than gazing at the back of the room, gaze straight across or a little bit forward. So encourage more length. Yes, you guys look so good. Beautiful poses. One last round. End of your exhale, let it go. Walk your hands to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. So if you need to bend your knees, that's totally fine. Start to crawl your hands towards the back of your mat and bend your right knee a lot. Your butt's sticking out behind you. Top of your head is reaching forward. Left hand stays down, right arm up, twist. Press down firmly through your left foot. Bend deeply into your right knee, and then open up through the right side of your heart. Maybe gaze up at your right hand. Maybe use your left hand on the ground to leverage your twist. Go a little deeper, one more breath. End of your exhale, unwind, wide-legged fold, wide-legged straddle, anywhere you want to take it. Make sure your breath stays with you. Notice, feel, observe, just be in your body. Be here in this moment. Letting everything else, any stress you've got in your life right now, you get to let it go. Give yourself that. Just be here. Last couple of rounds, side out your mouth if you want. Inhale, halfway lift. You can have your fingertips on the ground or whatever you'd like. We're coming back into a low lunge position. So start to bring your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes towards the top of your mat. Coming up into a standing balance, root into your left foot and rise. So push into your left foot, rise all the way up into standing staff. Right knee is lifted. Arms are reaching, hug in with your inner thighs, focus your gaze. You can stay here if you want, otherwise working towards dancer. So kind of just swing your right heel back towards your right butt cheek, and then reach back with your right hand, grab hold of the inner edge of your foot. Try to square your shoulders forward, little bend in your standing leg, and then hinge at your left hip. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Hug in with your inner thighs, maybe a little cobra in your chest. So your personal fullest expression, whatever that looks like for you today, if that's falling in and out, awesome. Meet yourself right there, a couple more breaths. See if you can even spread your toes as you hold your foot in your hand. If you are still balancing, see if you can stay balanced. Standing staff. So coming all the way back, arms extended, right knee lifted. Maybe extend right leg forward. Take one more inhale here, stand tall, reach high. Exhale, set your right foot down, dive down, forward fold. All right, pause in your fold. Bring your left toes behind your right heel, stand on a balance beam. So left toes behind right heel, pull your left hip back. It's like somebody's got their hand in the crease of your left hip and they're pushing back. Keep that as you start to walk your hands to the right. You can take them just a little bit to the right, or you can take them all the way off the right side of your mat. And then breathe up your left side. Breathe down the back of your left leg. Relax your neck, soften your face. See if you can stay rooted through the inner edge of your left foot. Nice job. One more round here. And then slowly just come back to a regular forward fold. So feet however you like them, hands back to center. Halfway lift, realign, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. So plank pose, find your alignment, find your strength, move through your chaturanga, through your vinyasa slowly with awareness. Awesome, Chris. Yes, you guys, nice trace. Looks so good. See you back in down dog. All right, from your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then this time, open your right hip. So bend your right knee and reach your right knee out and then up. Yeah, good. Active through your right foot, push into my hand. Too much. So active through your right foot. See if you can lift your right knee just a tiny bit higher. Good job. Take one more big inhale. You can stay here if you want to. Otherwise, exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, back up. Open your hip if you'd like. It's up to you. Right to right. Aim for your armpit. Some of you I know like to add the push-up. Go for it. Inhale, back up. And then this time, everyone knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, and then step forward softly. Good work. All right, we're gonna rise up to a warrior two. So pivot your back heel down, cartwheel your arms up. Good, right toes face forward, left toes face directly to the left. Front heel either intersects your back arch or lines up with your back toes, and then really wrap your right butt cheek underneath your body. Take one more breath in your warrior two. And then from warrior two, keep your legs the same, but just bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades hug your spine. See if you can reach your hands back. See if you can lift your heart up. Big inhale here. This is different than humble warrior. It's from forest yoga. It's called ostrich pose. You're gonna bow towards the middle of your mat. So your head, the crown of your head is coming down towards the center of your mat, not towards your front foot. You're in a warrior two stance, not a warrior one stance. Humble warrior is a warrior one stance. So keep bending your front knee, keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe, but it's okay if your butt's sticking out a little bit behind you. Yeah, so think crown of your head towards the ground, and then see if you can lift your knuckles towards the sky. See if you can bend your front knee a little more. Yes, it's intense. Breathe into it. One more full breath. End of your exhale. Good job, you guys. Bring your hands to your low back. Release your clasp, fingertips to the ground. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Halfway lift position. Crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, root into your front foot, float your back leg to the sky, standing splits. You can choose to stay in standing splits, or you can choose to open up into a balancing half moon. So what would feel better in your body? Be there, breathe there, feel. Good. If you fall out, cool. Come back in whenever you're ready. It's just a practice. Last couple of rounds, your pose, your expression. Can you feel your breath move all the way up to left toes? Forward fold, nice and easy, top of your space. Thanks, Christine. All right, so this time from your fold, you're going to bring your right toes behind your left heel. You can stay here or go a little further this time. Cross your right foot all the way over. So your right foot is now over to the left foot is now over to the right. If you want to come up to your left tiptoes, that's totally fine. So your foot that's in front, you can come up to your tiptoes, but your back foot stays grounded. Pull your right hip back, walk your hands over to the left or off the left side of your mat. Yes, 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 good job. You don't have to force anything. So if it feels like you're forcing, back off a bit. Slow, deep breaths. You're not forcing, you're gently encouraging. Little more space. Use your exhales to just kind of melt into it, to soften around it. Good work, you guys. Very end of your next exhalation, unwind. So walk your hands back, bring your feet back to a regular forward fold position, however you like them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet all the way to stand, arms reach up, open through the front of your hips. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, we're going into one more balancing pose, one more standing balance. This one is a twisted dancer. So in regular dancer, we have same arm with same leg. This time we're gonna have opposite arm with opposite leg. So you really have to focus on hugging towards midline to keep your shoulders square forward. All right, so we'll start just by rooting down through our right foot and then drawing our left heel towards our left butt cheek. Reach your right hand back to grab the inner edge of your left foot. So if you need to do something kind of like I'm doing now to get your foot, that's fine. But then come back much as you're able to neutral. So right shoulder is rolling back, your inner knees are hugging in, and then take your left arm up. If this feels like, I think this is good, I'm gonna stay here today, totally fine. Otherwise, start to slowly hinge at your right hip, little bend in your right knee, and then kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Very similar to our regular dancer. Now you're just adding that little bit of spice, that little twist. Hook in with your inner thighs, lift through your heart. Make sure your breath is there. See if you can be here for 2 more. Awesome, you guys. Super slowly with intention, come back to a high mountain. So just on your own, both feet on the ground, both arms to the sky. Spiral your pinky fingers in towards one another. And see if you can lower your shoulders just a little bit down away from your ears. Feel into a more neutral spine and pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, slow dive. Halfway lift, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, take your feet back. Move through your vinyasa. Take as much time as you need to do it with awareness. Shoulders stay plugged in. Belly stays strong. Awesome, Paul. If your knees are lifted, you're squeezing through the fronts of your thighs. You're one strong straight line as you lower. See you back and down dog, no rush. All right, downward facing dog, Ujjayi breath. Next inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And then try not to move or shift through your shoulders. Open your left hip. So bend your left knee, reach out with your left knee and then up if you can. Press into my hand. Yeah. Take one more big inhale. See if you can lift higher. Job. Stay if you want. Or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Yes, push the ground away. Inhale, back up, open up. Good, Chris. Exhale, left to left. You can add your push up if you're feeling it. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, everybody, knee to your nose, scoop out to your belly, step forward ever so softly. Warrior 2 stance this time. So take your time to rise up and settle. Back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Front foot points forward. Yes, you guys look so good. See if you can feel your front knee tracking open. Breathe. All right, one last breath, then your warrior 2. And then let your hands come behind your back, interlace your fingers, switch them this time to one finger over. So it feels a little bit funky, a little bit weird, a little bit unnatural. Go with that. See if you can start to lift your heart up. So reach your hands back, lift your heart. Great big inhale, proud warrior. And then exhale, ostrich pose. So crown of your head comes down right towards the center of your yoga mat, not towards your front foot. Keep bending your front knee a lot. Keep reaching your knuckles up. Keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe. So yes, your butt is going to stick out behind you. That's fine. But try not to let your front knee collapse in. Good. Feel a connection to your center. Where's your breath? Can you still hear it? See if you can lift your knuckles just a little bit higher. So working this pose, bend your front knee a little bit deeper. One more inhale. Good work, everybody. Exhale, hands to low back, release your clasp fingertips to the ground. Come into a wide-legged straddle position for a moment. And just find a halfway lift there. Just feel kind of sort of good. So lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs, breathe in. And then as you exhale, just walk your hands to the front of your mat, rotate your toes to face forward, and we'll move into a standing split. Left foot roots, right leg floats high. Standing splits, you do not have to have your hips square. You can if you want to. If you want to open them up, that's fine. It's just a different way of working the pose. So what feels most beneficial for you? What do you get the most out of in your body today? Make your right foot active, right toes active. Find lots and lots of length. Really nice, friends. One more inhale. Oh yeah, sorry, you can open up into a half moon. I didn't give you that option. So if you want half moon, I'll give 2 more breaths. Open it up. Now you're gonna stay longer. Aren't you so happy? Good, you guys look so amazing. I'll just leave it up to you when you feel pretty even on both sides. Woohoo! That's the best when you fall. It means you're trying really hard. Forward fold. So when you feel even, just step your right foot down. And then we've got our little crisscrossy. So you can choose just left toes behind right heel, stay there, or left foot crosses behind right foot. Bring more weight into your left foot. So if you want to come up to your right tiptoes or bend your right knee a lot, that's fine. Focus is our left leg. So root into your left foot, pull your left hip back, walk your hands to the right, little bit or a lot of it. Keep pulling your left hip towards the back wall. Breathe up your left side. Breathe down the back of your left leg. Good job. Really nice, everybody. Good awareness. Trace. Take about 2 more breaths. Not forcing, not straining, but breath by breath, just little more space, softening around the intensity of the stretch. End of your next exhale, come back to center. So walk your hands back, uncross your legs, adjust as you want to, as you need to. Walk it out maybe. Halfway lift, realign. Inhale. And then exhale, fold. Root through your feet, all the way to stand, arms to the sky, stretch tall. Hands to heart center, exhale. All right, moving into our standing balance, our twisted dancer. This time, I believe our left foot, is it our right foot rooting? Left foot lifting? Left lift? Okay, thank you. Right heel, right butt cheek. Left hand reaches back to grab the inside of your right foot. Yeah, this is right. Okay. So once you've got your foot, kind of realign. Right arm to the sky, left shoulder back and down. Little tone in your belly, connect to your center. Find a little bounce in your standing leg. Your little shock absorbers start to hinge. One leg, this leg is so much harder for me, so you might notice a difference. Be with that. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot as you hinge forward. Hug in with your inner thighs. Maybe you find that little baby back bend through your heart. Super hard pose, super awkward. Be with it, breathe into it, fall out of it. Come back in when you're ready. You've got 2 more rounds. You guys are so awesome, nice job. All right, however you wanna get there slowly, high mountain. Both feet down, both arms up. Take a moment just to stand with your arms reaching. Spiral your pinky fingers in towards each other. Little bit of softness through your shoulders. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine as much as you can. One more in breath. And then exhale, slow dive. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Take your vinyasa on your own. Shoulders plugged in, nice ball. And this time, if you want, you're more than welcome to sit back into a child's pose. Just about 4 or 5 breaths to feel, to notice all the space you've been creating in your body throughout our practice. Feel it, breathe into it. And if you're not already in down dog, next couple breaths, see you there. Okay, Ujjayi breath, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And then pigeon pose, right shin forward, set your body down gently. Let's take a funky pigeon today, a box pigeon. So if you want to take regular pigeon, if you've had your heart set on that, I'm fine with that. Stay with regular pigeon. Otherwise, you're going to let your hips open and kind of sit over onto your right butt cheek. Once you're on your right butt cheek, adjust so that your right shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat. Your left shin is somewhat parallel to the left edge of your mat. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want pretty much like 2 90-degree angles in your legs. Once you're here, see if you can sit up tall and just kind of work your mobility side to side for a minute. See if you can find a little bit of mobility, twisting. And then turn so that your heart is facing towards your right heel, your right foot. Get as tall as you can, inhale, and then hinge at your hips. Think heart towards your right big toe. So you're hinging, heart towards right big toe, reach, reach, reach. When you can't go any further, you can just kind of round and settle. If you want to keep this as more of an active stretch, there is an option to bring your right elbow to the sole of your right foot if that's available. And then you'll press your elbow into your foot, bring your hands to prayer, or I like to make a fist with my right hand and push my left palm into my fist. And this is a pretty safe position for your hips. So if you do want to do any of your own exploring, take your torso to the other side or anything like that, go for it. Good. Next. Yeah, correct. And you should feel it more in there. Good, everyone. Love your variations. Visualize your breath. I used to think it was kind of silly to visualize stuff, but I'm more and more realizing how powerful visualization can be. And really, it's just our imaginations. We've disconnected from our imaginations. I'm trying to reconnect to my imagination. Visualize your breath in a color. Visualize it, imagine it flowing down into your hips, creating space wherever it feels tight, softening the muscles wherever they feel stuck. Open mouth exhale is always welcome. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds here. Last big in breath. Fill up as big as you can. When you think you're full, take an extra sip. And let it go, sigh it out. Ah. Lift your upper body. Sit up tall. And just for fun, see if you can, without using your hands, take your back leg and swing it all the way around, left foot to the outside of your right thigh. If you need to use your hands or if you need to readjust, totally fine. Once you're here, you can choose to either stay here or to extend your right leg forward. Whatever feels best for you. You want both sit bones rooted down. Hug your left knee in and get tall through your spine. Left arm up, see if you can get even taller. Breathe in. And then exhale, twist to your left. Left hand comes down behind you. Maybe your right hand stays where it's at, or if you want, you can bring your right elbow to the outside of left knee or thigh. Stay broad through the fronts of your shoulders. And then every exhalation, see if maybe there's a little more room. You can twist just a little bit further. Good job, you guys. Take just about 2 more breaths. End of your second exhalation. Unwind through your upper body. Bring your hands over to your right side for a second. Your left butt cheek can now lift. And just take a little bow. This should feel good. Curl in, round your spine. You can even kind of turn towards the back wall a little bit. That feels good. Breathe down into your low back. And then come back up. Legs extend forward. If you want, you can just kind of shake them out. Option for a couple rounds of windshield wipers. If you want an extra challenge, see if you can do windshield wipers without your hands behind you. Just a little bit harder. And then whenever you're ready, you guys will meet. So you can play with these a little bit if you want. We'll meet back in down dog. So option to take a boat pose for a couple breaths. And then maybe roll over onto your hands, step or hop back. No rush. Take a vinyasa to get back to down dog or skip it. Once you're back in down dog, just walk it out. Feel what's there. Feel all that space you've created. Maybe feel, does right side feel any different than left side? Inhale, left leg to the sky. And pigeon pose as you exhale. Bring your left shin forward. And sit carefully, intentionally over onto your left butt cheek, outer left hip. Bring your left shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. So you can kind of adjust your hips however you need to do that. And then right shin somewhat parallel to the right long edge of your mat, like you have 2 90-degree angles in your legs. Flex your toes, sit up tall. So you can just kind of work the mobility through your waistline, twisting. You could do it like a Kundalini. And then whenever you're ready, friends, just face towards your front foot. Sit up tall. You can even reach up if you want to. You're going to hinge. Keep your heart reaching. So hinge at your hips. And then when you can't lengthen anymore, just give in. Let your upper back round and kind of settle. If you want to keep it more active and it's available, left elbow to the sole of left foot. And then hands in prayer. Press your palms together. Press your elbow into your foot back into your elbow. And remember, this is a very safe position to explore in. So if you do want to, you can move your upper body over to the other side or anything else that feels curious to you. Visualize your breath moving down into your left hip, into your groin, your pelvis. Soft face. Soft shoulders. What if you could soften through your heart space? Back, front, sides. What would that feel like? Take about 3 or 4 more breaths. Side out your mouth anytime. Ah. All right, last inhalation. Fill up as big as you can. Hold. See if there's an extra sip you can get. And then open your mouth, let it go. Ah. Lift up slowly. Sit up tall. And then see if without using your hands, you can lift your back leg and swing it all the way around. Right foot to the outside of left thigh. Grab hold of your right knee. Your left leg can stay where it's at, or your left leg can come forward. Both sit bones rooted. Hug your knee in and see if you can get taller. Lift your chest, proud chest. Right arm up, breathe in. And then exhale, twist to your right. Right hand behind you. If you want to adjust with your left arm at all, please feel free. Send each inhale all the way down to your low belly, your low back. Each exhale, that's your invitation. Twist a little tiny bit further. I might not even see it on the outside. You feel it on the inside. Last couple of breaths. Good, everybody. All right, end of your second exhalation. Slowly unwind your upper body, hands over to your left side. Just bring them to the ground and then take your little counter twist, that nice little bow. So spine can round, right butt cheek can lift. You might even kind of turn towards the back of the room a little bit. Breathe down into your low back. Last breath. Unwind, uncross your legs. Take them out if you want. And you choose, you can take windshield wipers from a seat. You can take them with your hands lifted, or you can come all the way down to your back and take windshield wipers on your back. So wherever you've chosen to be, just be there with all your awareness. Feel into your hips, into your low back. And then everybody in your next few breaths, find your way all the way down onto your back. Maybe you want to continue those windshield wipers for a little longer. Eventually draw your knees in and just find a gentle rock from side to side. No hurry. One last front body opener, one last heart opener. Set up for a bridge pose, feet on the ground with knees bent. Arms by your sides. And if you're feeling a full back bend today, upward facing bow, and you want to go there, Totally fine with me. Feel free to move into it whenever you're ready. I'll cue for bridge. So if you're coming with me into bridge, feet hips width distance apart, all 10 toes face forward. Your heels are pretty much straight down from your knees. Exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up. So it's a posterior pelvic tilt, and then inhale, peel your spine off your mat 1 vertebra at a time. Once you get to the top, you're more than welcome to work your shoulders underneath you. Maybe interlace your fingers underneath you. Take robot arms, lift and lower your butt a few times. Any variation. If you want to use a block underneath your sacrum, make it a supported bridge. That's fine with me. About 5 or 6 breaths. Opening through your front body, opening through the front of your hips. Maybe you even watch your belly expand with your inhale. Press especially into your heels and the inner edges of your feet. You might even pick up your toes and spread them. And I'm just gonna leave it up to you when you wanna come out of it. Do it with awareness. Slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. And then once you're back in a neutral spine, friends, just come back to your windshield wipers. 1 more round, back and forth. I guess I should say 1 more series, not just 1 side to side, but keep flowing. If you want to rest on 1 side for a few breaths and then the other, please feel free. After you've taken a few rounds of windshield wipers, find a happy baby pose. In your happy baby, there's lots of ways you can play. So imagine yourself as a happy baby, just rocking side to side, maybe feeling what it feels like to extend a leg or both legs. So feeling around in your happy baby. And then if there are any other poses, any other movements, stretches, anything else your body's calling for, take a few breaths to move through those. And then slowly just start your own transition into your final relaxation. All right, friends. So as you slowly come into your Shavasana, I will read to you. And just let your breath become effortless. Let your muscles relax. Let your body really give in to the ground. So allow yourself to really be held, to feel supported. This is just by Jack Kornfield. He says, once you are able to quiet the mind, you have a sustainable source of happiness. My friends, this is a life-changing insight. This suggests that happiness is not something we pursue, but that happiness is already here. Happiness is something we access, something we allow. Once you understand that, it changes everything in life. This is only the first step of the practice. It gets better and better. So for these last few moments, see if you can just be with yourself. Your mind may be a little quieter than it was when you walked in this room, or there may still be a lot of thoughts coming and going, but just let whatever's there, just allow it to be there. Just be the wide open space for energy to flow through. So let the vibrations of the bowls just flow through your entire body, your entire being. And just notice what comes, notice what goes, and let it. Shavasana. Deep breath in. Let it go. And just start to bring gentle movement back into your body. And when you feel ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take just a moment resting on your side, just really letting your practice sink in, letting that sound bath sink in. And using the strength in your arms, guide yourself slowly up into seated meditation. Right back where we started. Gather your hands into your own heart and close your eyes. Just bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself for showing up to your practice this morning, rolling out your mat, taking time to slow down enough to feel, to notice, to connect with yourself. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste.